Let's get it done. I got to go home and pack. We're stress packing today.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Let's go.
Ready?
Go.
Go.
Gosh. Time for Chit Chat's over. Okay. Music up. Okay. I'm properly energized by our pop music theme song.
Yeah. Any caffeine today, John?
Early, yeah, just my clearly Canadian, my Canadian. They call it the Canadian, not clearly Canadian. The Canadian at Vesta in the morning. It's a cold kind of mocha coffee drink. Very good at Vesta.
Ooh, yummy.
Yeah,
yummy.
yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Who are we? Let's talk about that first. Introduce ourselves.
Yeah, let's do it. So we are Eat, Talk, Repeat, and I'm Ash Watkins, the hamburguesa principesa of Las Vegas, and I am continuing to earn those bona fides day in and day out. You'll hear more about that later. And yeah, and you can find me at Ash the Attorney on all platforms because yes, aside from eating cheeseburgers, I do practice personal injury law around town.
Yes, you have a day job, unlike me, John Curtis. The let's call it the what am I today?
Something pizza. Come on, both peas.
I'm the persnickety on oh gosh, I'm the grumpy gastronome today. Call me the grumpy gastronome. And here I am with my little grumpy gastronome.
Where can everyone find you, John?
Where can everybody find me? At Eating Las Vegas on Twitter and at John Curtis on Instagram.
And we are Eat, Talk, Repeat. You can find us on our website, eattalkrepeat.com, for updates, old newsletters, old articles, etc. Also, subscribe to the newsletter. It drops every Wednesday, bright and early. It's called the Amuse-Bouche, and it has some fun info that we don't get to every week on the show. And also,
do we have merch? We
got prize merch right now. We're passing it out to the past winners of Where in the World Are John and Ash? And that's a fun segment. So if you've received yours already, send us a photo, tag us, because I think they're pretty cool. I have to get you in the Food Gal one.
Which one? It says
the Eat, Talk, Repeat bag.
But I want this one that says croissant.
I got you a hat for the croissant on it. And again, email us your hate mail, questions, fan mail, everything you want. Cheers at eattalkrepeat.com. And you can find us at Eat, Talk, Repeat on all platforms.
Yeah.
And we got some fun spots. We're recording quicker or earlier in the week than we normally do because someone is going on vacation and it's not me.
Yeah, actually, my pseudonym today should be the Peripatetic Epicure.
Okay.
Because I am traveling again out of the country tomorrow to the wild confines of Eastern Canada. Go to Montreal and Quebec City. So it's like going to France without going to France. Basically,
Quebecois.
a 5 hours of travel, not 15. So we are going to be there for just the next week. Eating poutine.
Yeah? Are you a fan?
No, not really. I mean, I understand why it's a fun dish. I mean, it's filling the curds and the gravy and
squeaky cheese
and the squeaky cheese curds. But it's just bar food. I mean, it's like you can be a fan like you're a fan of chicken wings.
It's like our version is animal style French fries.
Yeah, exactly. But I am a fan of all things French. So I'm looking forward to taking the French restaurants of Montreal and Quebec by storm.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
This past couple days, really, since we last recorded, you've gone to Signora Pizza, brick and mortar, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Metro Sliceteria, however.
Way out there.
What is it, like the Bend?
It's right next door to IKEA.
Okay.
Literally out the back door of IKEA.
I've gone
at
to
the Bend.
Yeah, Vesta Petite Bohème Bakery pop-up was a local hang for everyone and in and around town. With love always, I made the trek up to Centennial Hills and Not a Damn Chance Burger downtown, or NADC Burger.
A buddy of mine says it's not a damn chance it's going to succeed. That's one of my burger buddies has said that to me. I don't know if it's true or not.
I'll push back on that.
Okay,
but
push back.
We'll do that.
We're doing
later.
the Lord's work this week.
We are.
No fancy food, no Joel Robuchon, no Guy Savoy. no $500 a person sushi. No foie gras. No mortadella for us.
Oh gosh, somewhere.
Burgers. We'll call this the burger and pizza episode. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
And it's kind of perfect.
The common man.
The common man episode, perfect for midsummer.
It is. So part of the common man is now we're going to get into the meat of the episode, the food news you can use. Little lean this week at this phase, but the newsletter might make up for it. But
give us the update on Milpa, because I've been hearing all kinds of things about what DJ Flores is up to.
I know. The amateurs that we are, what was it, about a year ago, we said DJ Flores was taking over the Casa de Lucy spot, which that was patently wrong. Do you remember that?
Right. But then we were only off by a block then.
Right.
But but yes, then but what's happened? He hasn't done that.
So he hasn't done that. He is opening where at the corner of California and Maine, here in the Arts District, there is Houston's Hot Chicken. Well, they had a giant bar area in the back.
Oh yeah, right next to You or Me sushi.
Yes,
right next door to
Freed's.
You or Me, and in between Freed's and Houston's Hot Chicken.
Yes,
on the same block as You or Me sushi.
Yeah, and across from the
Ada's.
side of Esther's and Ada's.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so we're right there. Apparently, they've now walled off that bar section that used to be Houston's Hot Chicken, and DJ Flores and his guy from Lu Lopez, who's doing Nocturno, they're turning it into Cobra Clutch, is what it's turning into.
What is that?
It's going to be a bar. It's going to be a bar.
Another bar in downtown Las Vegas.
It is. It is. So, yeah.
Haven't we hit bar saturation?
Never.
Peak cocktail?
Never.
I know. Okay. Attention, all alcoholics.
Yeah.
Yet another place to drink.
I know. I'm excited. This is a little closer than Nocturno by a Charleston apocalyptic scene.
I can literally hit a pitching wedge between these two restaurants. Okay.
And it's a sandwich to Cobra Clutch.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Cobra Clutch is taking over the Houston's Hot Chicken bar that they had. It's going to be entirely separate, so different entrance. You'll never even know it was formerly of. And it's going to be run by Lu Lopez, DJ's bar director. Now, the Taco Rico spot,
Right.
which is
The one we were wrong about before we got it right.
Yeah. So, I mean, we were right about Casa de Lucy not making it.
Yeah.
And now it is Old Manny's.
Right. Which appears to be making it and making great tacos, as a matter of fact.
Big fan.
Yeah.
So Taco Rico, which is further south on Main, and it's at the corner of Wyoming and Maine,
Right.
across from Jack in the Box.
I think it's like 150 yards away from where, the Old Manny's is. Right.
Yeah. And so DJ said they just got approved for permits to start construction over there. He's not sure when they'll start doing that. So,
But hold on. I thought, were we bearing the lead? I thought I heard that he was also going to
yeah,
Henderson.
I'm getting there.
DJ Flores, busy man.
Busy man. So,
Well,
yeah.
In this heat?
I
Wow.
know. Milpa Numero Dos is going over out in Henderson. I don't know the cross streets because I don't really care, frankly.
You don't know. You know less about Henderson than I do, which is really pathetic.
Yeah, no, sorry, guys. I knew more when Aroma was out there. The only thing that captures my attention right now is Hayworth.
But Hayworth is way out there.
Yes.
Right.
So Milpa Numero Dos is opening out in Henderson. It's going to have a full bar, a bigger molino, which is a corn grinder. So they're going to be able to produce even more of those beautiful stone ground tortillas.
Yeah, I always wonder how he makes money at Milpa there on Durango, which is a great place. But I mean, I think it seats like 20 people, right?
Yeah, I think they do a lot of takeout. I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of the door dashing, etc. So congrats to DJ Flores and all of your success and growth. We're rooting for you, and I can't wait for Cobra Clutch. And
Cobra Clutch.
I know.
Where does that come from? Who's clutching? What's the Cobra Kai?
Yeah,
Is it a karate reference? Is it?
I think so.
But he's Latino. I don't know.
He's got a little.
I mean,
flair.
is it going to be like? Are they going to have low riders? With the boom, 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 Oh, my friends, drive a low rider.
I don't know what you're trying to say there. I'm going to assume no. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a space. But look,
All right.
I'm excited for it. I think what he does is always top notch. So there you go. And
I'm hoping it has something to do with low riders and clutches. And we'll have a steady stream of Hispanic engineering going by the front of it on the weekends. Don't you love those cars, though?
I do.
I think they're the greatest. I think it's some of the greatest American, fusion engineering in the world.
Well, you got to get to the Peterson Automotive Museum out in Los Angeles because they have a pretty substantial lowrider exhibit.
Oh,
next time you're in LA.
This I did not know. I just have always caught it on the fly. I was in El Paso, Texas a few years ago, and we just happened into a big display, and they were cruising by with the springs and the. I just think it's just phenomenal to me. It's gorgeous in a gorgeously overblown, chaotic, gay, friendly, outrageous way.
Yeah,
watching what these people can do to their standard American 1965 sedan.
Yeah, their Cutlass. Yeah, it is fun. But yeah, go to the Peterson Automotive. Very cool. What's next? I've got Bar Bohème. They're now brunching Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And if you want to get the pastries, you've got to get there at.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, so
we were there at 8, and there was already 50 people in line.
Yeah. Every third Saturday of the month at 8 a.m., Bar Bohème is doing a bakery pop-up. They've got 2 under their belt so far. And like John said, like you said, at 8 a.m., there's already a line of 50 people waiting to get in. And
it moves fast once they open the doors.
It moves fast.
And the sheer variety put out was what blew me away.
I know.
I was...
And there was stuff inside that we didn't even see.
I knew they had croissants and pain au chocolat, and I knew they were doing some breads. Mm-hmm. But then there's got to be at least 2 dozen other pastries they're doing there. And savory sandwiches with brie and tomato and pâté de campagne.
They had like a chocolate cheesecake, and they had Dinos and things like that.
They were cutting things to order. I went into the back of the kitchen and watched them actually bringing the cakes out and cutting them in those nice, beautiful little slices. So you're talking about, a full-scale bakery operation here for just like 2 hours. Is it Saturday and Sunday or just Saturday?
Just Saturdays, and it's only once a month right now.
Once a month, but it was outstanding, and everybody loved it, and not that expensive, and you can go a whole hog. We ended up with a tray of, we were passing out, so we couldn't eat all of it. We were passing it out to the people in line, some of it, so much, but it was great. So Bar Bohème on once a month. Check out their socials. They put it out, but be there early and hungry.
Well, yeah, now that we're talking about it, let's just get into it. What were like some of the standouts for you? I thought the pâté sandwich was incredible. It's like a giant, thick cut of pâté with a stone ground mustard and frisée on a brioche, and that could feed 3 people.
Yeah, the sandwich and the brie sandwich, the brie and a fresh tomato.
Oh yeah, it's their BLT
on their brioche bun. Oh my God! And the brie was that thick. It was. I was astounded by how good the savory stuff was. I'm looking at my the Queen Amman.
Is that the plum?
Yeah. The Queen Amman was Queen Amman. The Queen. No, that's not the Queen Amman. The Queen Amman was. Oh, okay. There's a chocolate Queen Amman. Yeah. That was one with the plum. Yes, the chocolate Queen Amman. I think it was that little baby right there.
Wow.
With the plum kind of pudding inside it. It was incredible. The Danish, of course. They did I never got a chance to try this thing, but it was stuffed with pistachio.
Yeah, like a pistachio cream. I didn't try it either.
I didn't get it either. I had it in there. I looked down. It was gone. It was like, you got to move fast.
Thank you, chef. He was more than gracious. We were standing in line, and he came out the side door and handed John a pink box filled with pastries and another box filled with the savory desserts because he knew John wouldn't wait in line. And So then we just sat down and we all started digging in and sharing them, and it was really, really incredible.
Now, here's the Queen Amman.
Yes.
They actually they misspelled it. Queen should be Kougin. Queen. Kougin. Yeah, so it should be a Kougin. Queen.
That's the Arts District version.
I know. So you got the Amman right, though. I'm not going to be all picky about my French here, but I am going to Canada, so I should be. But anyway, the Queen Amman with the vanilla pastry cream knocked me out. I mean, basically everything did. And then, as if there weren't enough, then he starts giving us like 6 different cookies that are all, each the side of a dinner plate practically. Okay, so it's like
you're never going to starve.
You're not
going to
run out of thing. This is eye candy and mouth candy here, and everything we had. There was a Danish with pears, poached pears. Everything was great. So 8:00 once a month at Bar Bohème.
Yeah. And I got the croque monsieur.
You did?
I did.
How'd you get that?
You left, and I was sitting there with Eric Gladstone.
No,
and
I got to pronounce. Okay, I've got to be friend. Croque.
And we're not doing it.
Monsieur. Croque monsieur. Monsieur.
We're not doing that.
We'll get Florian from Cipriani to come in and give us a French lesson.
Yeah, so I was sitting outside with Figler, friend of the show, over at CityCast, and Eric Gladstone, and then Chef Sean came down and he was talking and asked if we tried their croque monsieur.
Croque.
I'm not doing it. Croque.
Say croque.
Croque
monsieur. Monsieur. How's that, Frenchies?
I hope someone's correcting him. Sean.
Yeah. Pascal is rolling his eyes right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so then he came out with it, and it was also fabulous. So thank you, all of you, for everything. Big supporters. I love what you're doing.
And we ran into some friends of the show there.
Yes.
It was nice.
No one beat us up for our opinions.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I ran into Chef Sean O'Hara at one of the places I'll be talking about in a couple minutes here at Sliceteria. Just today we ran into him and he was there, and he lives out that way by IKEA. So we just had a quick conversation. He was on his day off, so I didn't want to bother him too much. But let's get into the restaurants now. Let's just plow ahead. What do you say? Or do you want to take a break?
I got one question. What are your thoughts about the James Beard Foundation Awards moving out of Chicago and potentially finding Las Vegas as a home?
Who gives a shit?
And on that note, let's take a quick break and come back.
Yeah. Before we get back to the food, a quick thank you to the sponsor that makes this podcast possible.
Yep, my day job.
That's right. This episode of Eat, Talk, Repeat is brought to you by Salmon Ash Injury Law.
Look, when I'm not arguing with John about burgers or searching Las Vegas for my next favorite restaurant, I'm helping people who've been injured in car crashes, slip and falls, and other accidents get what they deserve.
And if you've listened to this podcast, you know Ash isn't exactly the type to settle.
Especially when it comes to insurance companies.
So if you've been injured in an accident, don't try to handle it alone.
Call Salmon Ash Injury Law for a free consultation. We'll answer your questions, explain your rights, and fight to get you what's right.
Or visit salmonashlaw.com or call 702-820-1234. That's easy to remember.
It is, 1234. Thanks to Salmon Ash for sponsoring Eat, Talk, Repeat. Turns out my day job has pretty good taste in podcasts.
Hey there, this is Michael Morton at Nudo Italiano, and you are listening to Eat, Talk, and Repeat.
All right. So what was with that last question, where you obviously confused me with someone who cares? I mean,
I always like to throw you a curveball every now and then, but apparently the RJ has mentioned that the James Beard Foundation Awards is looking for a new host city from 2029 through 2033. And I think like New York City and Chicago have been the hosts of the event before.
Mm-hmm.
New York City had it since the inception to 2014, and then Chicago from 2015. And now...
New York City did it for like 25 years. I mean, it was at least maybe 30. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think we should do it?
Well, I think they're just looking for somebody to pay them is what's happening. And they're looking for, the largesse of some convention authority or hotel or tourism board or what have you to pay them money to bestow their brand upon us so they can give out more ridiculous awards like they did this last time. So anyway, that's would it be good for Las Vegas? I don't know. They have so diluted their brand over the last.
Who, Las Vegas or the beard?
The beard. It's really. The beard's over the last 6 or 7 years has just become kind of a joke. And if they could resuscitate the brand, but not with the current management, not with all this DEI woke stuff they still have. You have to prove that you are, socially conscientious and forward thinking and hiring the right people and have the right social political bona fides that deserve one of their awards, all that BS. It's just as long as that stays in there, people aren't going to take them very seriously. As long as they keep giving these awards to, I think, unworthy places too. I just see every year it seems more and more people just start rolling their eyes at the thing. So, but again, as I said before, not to belabor the point. Chefs, restaurateurs, hotels, tourism boards, they're all attention whores.
Aren't we all?
They're all just publicity junkies, and they'll do or pay anything to get some free publicity, and that's what it's really all about. It's not about quality anymore. It's about getting free advertising.
Yeah, for me, we already have the world's top 50 that comes in, and so I'm kind of like, look, this is what Vegas does. We host events. We do it really well. So why not have James Beard come here? I don't know. I think the frustration with the awards process and voting and where they're headed is one thing, but sure, why not?
As an event, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll give that to you.
Yeah.
So I will amend my previous statement of complete derision.
You used to be on the
I voted for 7-8 years. Yeah. Back in the day when you had to write. We had to get on phone calls. We had to write nominations, and we would have group chats or actually conference calls back then. We didn't have WebEx and all that, and we would have to pitch what we liked, and we had to sign something that we had been to the restaurants and that we knew the chefs. You couldn't vote for places you hadn't been to. They're very, I don't know how strictly they enforced it, but a lot of people in the organization took these constraints very seriously. And I don't think any of that applies anymore. Now, Las Vegas Phil, they had him on there for 2 years, and he was
voting for James Beard Awards?
Yeah, for 2 years. He 1 or 2. I don't know if he went to 2,
wow.
But he jumped off. He said it was the demands they wanted, and the let's just say the political social bent of the awards and what they wanted you to advocate for your people and the requirements that you had to check all the right the right boxes, DEI boxes and whatnot. He said it just became onerous. And I said, well, who's on it now? He was basically a bunch of influencers. They just go around and get.
Hey, call me, James Beard.
Yeah,
I'm in. Yeah. I'll do it.
They just want to. So because traditional media has all fallen apart. But back then it was like you had to be, writing for magazines, writing for newspapers, on TV somewhere, writing a guidebook, such as someone in this room did, that, and you had to have those bona fides to get it done. And then none of that matters now. It's like, well, he's got 150,000 followers. He must know what he's talking about.
I've got 5.
Yeah.
So James Beard, come on, I'll do this. I'm up for it. Hey, John, when are you going to confess to being a secret Michelin investigator?
Yeah, I'm not. No.
I'm trying to catch him off guard. One of these days, it's going to slip.
No, they're idiots too in a different way. But I did the same thing for World's 50 Best for years too. That was back in this is all 15 years ago now. But again, then it was I thought it was kind of a prestigious thing, and I got the sense in dealing with the people at the top and throughout that everyone was taking it very seriously. Now it's just about, it's very political now. And it's I don't think it's not about quality anymore. It's about checking boxes, like I said. So, I don't, and you can almost tell the world's 50 best is really a joke because it's just a rotating cast of tasting criminally expensive, sometimes extremely obscure tasting menus in places like Bogota, Colombia, and the Maldives or something like that. And you're just like, oh yeah, how many voters have actually trekked to some obscure island in Malaysia to eat this guy's $1,000 a person meal? It's just bizarre how attenuated and watered down the whole thing has gotten. So, end of rant.
End of rant. All right. Let's get into where we've been.
Let's talk about
Let me go first because I think yours is more interesting, and I'm jealous.
Well, this is the pizza and burger episode.
I know, the common man.
Yeah.
So, with my little moniker,
couple of well-fed lawyers talking about the common man.
I know. My moniker is the Hamburguesa Principesa of Las Vegas. A lot of people have come at me with how could you possibly call yourself the authority on burgers in this town if you have not had With Love Always. I mean, it's like there's
Jesus
lines
Christ.
and
people go there. It's on social media.
Yep.
Look at it, it's got 5,000 likes.
Yep, I know, and I heard it all, and I listened to all of the complaints and grievances, and
Probably from a lot of people who have a monetary interest in the place.
maybe.
Yeah.
But it didn't stop me. So today I left my office and drove 20 minutes early. I did not want to stand in line because I do not believe in that.
Not for a burger.
No. Not for, let me get to that. So went all the way up to the original location in Centennial Hills. There was one guy sitting on the bench waiting for it to open, got there a few minutes early, walked in. There's only like 6 seats. Have you been?
No, if there was one out in the Bend where we went to Sliceteria,
Okay.
and it's right there, and it's a tiny little place, and I guess it's a local chain. Is that what they call it? Yeah.
It's a local chain, but so that's part of the sham. The only reason there's a line is because there's about 4 tables inside, so there's nowhere for people to go. And we were second in line, ordered the classic, which was $11, 2 patties, American cheese, diced raw onions, pickles, and love sauce.
Sounds a lot like a double from In-N-Out.
No, it sounds like a Stay Tuned smash burger.
Oh.
But yeah, so it's a standard smash burger. Fries, $4, beef tallow fried, shoestring, so thinner. It came out and was good.
Done.
On a very soft Martin's potato roll that I'm fairly certain you could put anything inside of and enjoy.
Right. Yeah. Sounds like they've done their copycat homework well.
Yeah, I don't know why people are raving about it. Nothing about it was mind-blowing.
Because the guy who owns it is this social media blowhard who gets a lot of traction. Well, that's why.
Congrats to him because he's created a following out of basically
out of a copycat burger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You figured you cracked the code.
The only nuance is they've got Banquet Coors on draft and Atomic Duck. So I was like, well, look, they've got beer, but I could go to Stay Tuned over at the Hard Hat. The fries were better than I want to admit. They were very good. I enjoyed that. But will I drive 20 minutes to go there? No. Will I wait in line for it? Never. So then left there and went down to downtown to NADC Burger, which is not a damn chance burger. It did a pop-up in the Resorts World. It gets a lot of social media press as well. Ordered the double. That was $16. They advertise 100% Wagyu beef, new school American cheese, secret sauce, onions, pickles, and slightly tamed jalapenos. I don't know what those are.
Okay.
And fries for $5 and beef tallow, and they give you chipotle peppered ketchup. This was a better burger.
Okay.
It had more beef flavor.
As bandwagon burgers go, this was the better one.
Between the two, this one actually, that was my complaint with Love Always. I couldn't really taste any beefiness. There was no meat flavor. You saw it.
Yeah.
It was there, but you ate it and it kind of just disintegrated.
Had the suggestion of beef.
A waft.
And the idea of beef was surrounding it somehow.
Yeah, NADC Burger was definitely more meaty, beefy. It had that going for it. I enjoyed it a little bit more. Both the pickles were too dilly, like it was too like standard.
Really?
Like what's the Clausen?
Clausen, yeah, Heinz pickles, yeah, just right out of a jar, dill pickles. Yeah.
The fries were more like they had the cornstarch. They were fatter.
I don't like cornstarch on fries.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that like you can
That's
tell.
a shortcut I can't stand. Yeah.
So I give the fries nod to With Love Always. I give the burger nod to NADC. Neither of which would I ever wait in line for, but you mentioned earlier that one of your friends in town doesn't think NADC will stand a chance.
Yeah, and he's in fact, yes, a friend of the show, JB, and I was at his house over the past weekend, and he brought in some feather blade burgers on a Martin's potato bun, and his wife made homemade pickles. These kind of half sours, and she does them with like a 3-hour cure or something with some spices, so they're crunchy, but they're not.
They're fresh.
They're fresh, and he basically just a minimalist burger with really good feather blade beef knocked our socks off. It was so good
because it's got a meat flavor.
Yeah.
But I do think this place will survive.
You think NADC does have a damn chance?
I think it has a damn chance. I showed up probably right around noon, and it was full.
Yeah.
So
well, that's good because that place has been death to at least half a dozen food addresses there. Going back to taco places, so at least 2 or 3 of them were Mexican incarnations, and it's been other things too. I mean, it's just so everything that cycles through there just doesn't last at all. The only thing that seems to work there is 7th and Carson. The Dwyer's place there, which is a very good kind of gastro-pubby little place with a great Irish breakfast. Liam Dwyer's place.
I think the construction on Carson's done is going to help immensely, obviously, and also there's the parking structure
right across the street, and it's basically it's right next door to Carson Kitchen, the old Bocho place. Right? Yeah.
And so I think it'll work. There were a lot of government people, like I saw the badges, so I think that helps.
Let me give you a theory. I think I've espoused this.
Smash burgers are some psyop for the beef industry, convincing everyone to be fanatics over less product. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, yes. Okay. I have nothing more to say. You just took the words out of my head.
No, go.
No, that's true. I mean, it's I call it the proletarian epicure effect. I mean, it's just it's the reason why you get people so passionate about things like tacos and burgers and pizza, because it's something that it's some plebeian things that people can afford, and they can afford to get real snobby about it and give themselves, some kind of street cred, some sort of gastronomic street cred by going, no, let me tell you how good this burger is, and it's a way to pump yourself up and pretend you know what you're talking about based upon something that's low enough in price you can actually afford to eat one or more of them in a different place. But it's just, but people invariably revert to the mean and just kind of go, I like this one. It's really good. And I know pizza. It's that whole, I'm from Jersey. I know pizza. It's just a way to gain credibility in your own head over knowing something about food based upon what narrow band of likes and dislikes you have. Yeah. And then burgers and pizza and tacos are the perfect place to do it.
You're going a mile wide, but an inch deep.
That's it. There you go.
Look, my overall takeaway is they're both fine. They're burger joints. They're nothing more, nothing less. You'll find your preference around town of like, do you prefer Yukons? Do you prefer Stay Tuned? Do you prefer a fat Nevada Brewworks burger or a Holstein's burger? Or do you want to go to a steakhouse and get a Luger burger or Delmonico? Like, it's still at the end of the day a fucking cheeseburger.
It is, but if you're going to separate yourself from the pack, as you correctly pointed out a few minutes ago, it's got to have that umami punch to it. It's got to have that beefy, minerally, thick, fatty kind of just sensory envelopment of beefiness in your mouth and in your olfactories to make it worthwhile. And if it doesn't do that, if you're just biting into something that looks like a burger, but if you close your eyes, you barely get any beefy taste, what's the point?
Yeah. So
you might as well go to Wendy's.
Or In-N-Out.
Yeah. And In-N-Out has a fair amount of beefiness to that burger. I think it's why it's so popular. I mean, I think Shake Shack does too for a cheaper burger. So, I'm not going to waste my time on Stay Tuned Burgers. I might stumble into NADC at some point.
You mean with Love Always?
With Love Always.
Yeah.
What did I say? Stay tuned is at the Hard Hat Lounge.
We waste our time there a lot.
Yeah. Yukon Burger, Stay Tuned Burger, and Jive Turkey to me are the triumvirate of the big three of downtown burgers. And until somebody can tell me that some place is better than one of those three, I'm not going to waste my time driving out to Centennial Hills.
But again, they do it right because they're bar. I mean, aside from Yukon, the Jive Turkey, it's a bar food.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Bar food.
Right.
It is not a standalone, fully dedicated storefront to a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But
God bless, whatever.
Now, I want to hear about your ventures because Vegas has been blessed by the pizza gods this week. I mean honestly,
what were the odds?
Tears
right?
of pepperoni just raining down my face.
What did they say? Holy calabrese!
Yes, and I'm jealous. Of the 4 spots we ventured to, I think you won with quality.
Oh God! I mean, let me tell you. I mean, it I'll go in reverse order a little bit because. Went out to see John Arena at Sliceteria. He opened like a week ago. I think both have been open less than a week. Which we're recording this early in the week, and they opened like over the past weekend.
Yeah, soft opes.
Yeah, like 3 days ago, 4 days ago. And he said, it's the agony and the ecstasy of Floriana Pastore's Signora Pizza Lab, which has been under construction for over 2 years. And I always like this. I always like to remind people when people were taking a long time to get something built. They built the Empire State Building, in 13 months. They did. And, when I hear these people, wow, it's any year now. Okay. But so I ran out to see John, and he was, he's at the Bend, again, right on the back, literally at the back door of IKEA. That's a whole J. Dapper development out there.
Yeah.
They have this with Love Always Burger. There's a ramen bar. There's
I think that Butcher and Thief.
Butcher and Thief is there. Yeah. There was a donut shop. I mean, it was he's hitting a Mothership Coffee. So props to J. Dapper for bringing a lot of local places that have basically are solidly in the local food firmament and putting them out in the Southwest there. Went in, and it's this big kind of semicircular dining room, a lot of tables, and then you basically kind of walk through it almost like a semicircle cafeteria sort of line, but then there's a wall or you slide along, and all you see is like case after case of 3 or 4 cases of about at least a dozen different pizza offerings. I mean, all 3 different doughs. John was telling me he does a Roman-style cracker crust. He does a long ferment on his New York style, which is like a 6-7 day ferment, and then they do a focaccia with which some of their thicker, like their grandma pies and things like that, and 3 different doughs. And I didn't count them. I could look at my pictures, but at least a dozen different pizzas, maybe 15. And then there's a whole wall of gelatos, and then they have some salads and whatnot there. And again, it's just 3 or 4 days open, so they're still working out kinks.
And the concept really is to get people to buy a bunch of different flavors, right? And crust styles, rather than having to go in and commit to a pizza.
Right.
They're doing unique pizza toppings, and you can just get a slice.
You can get it like we got a thick slice of a focaccia with, I think it was just margarita type. Then we got a white pie with the cracker crust, the Roman cracker crust, which is basically just roasted garlic and stracciatella cheese, which was fabulous. And then, of course, I also just got a flat New York style margarita, which is to this day, Metro Pizza still puts out just a quality, solid New York slice. I mean, and he hasn't lost anything from this. And it's a New York slice on much better dough than you will usually get a New York slice of pizza in New York, where it's all that floppy stuff, and sometimes it's, they're churning it out,
And they're using that bromide.
It's for a fast ferment and everything. Yeah. So John Arena is there. He closed the original on Flamingo just like last month, and this is his Sliceteria, and you can go there and just try all kinds of different pizzas. And we did. I don't think I'm eating dinner. It was, but I mean, and then he said, "Have you tried the porchetta?" I go, and Alexandra looked at it and she went, "Look at that!" I went, so 2 big, thick but really spongy pieces of focaccia with roasted pork with a lot of herbs in it. Incredibly good. I mean, it's porky, and the bread was soft, but it's sort of saturated with the meat juices and a little bit of a tangy dressing and lots of herbs, and just got rosemary and parsley, and you just get a whap of this kind of perfumed pork in between this focaccia that just is unlike any porchetta I've had in town, and very tender. Sometimes I get porchettas sandwiches that can be dry and chewy. This one was spoon tender, incredible. So then we ended up, of course, usual. I ordered 3 things, and I ended up with 7 different pizzas, and they're all. You've got to go to Sliceteria. It's a real quick in and out too. Like we saw Chef Sean O'Hara there. You just go in. You can be in and out of the place in 20, 30 minutes, and it's just great. So can't wait about that. But the real star, and even John Arena, godfather of Las Vegas pizza, admits the real star opening this week is Floriana Pastori's Signora Pizza Lab at Rainbow in Washington. Rainbow on the I-95, right a little bit south of Washington, tucked in this side little shopping center that you can't see from the street, right behind a Starbucks. Opened 3 days ago, but I'll tell you how popular she is. I put it on Instagram that the wait is over, huzzahs and time to celebrate. She's opened her pizza to go place at Rainbow and the I-95. And usually on Instagram, I get like 50 likes, 30 likes, 100 likes, 550 likes.
Shut up.
And I never get that, okay? Wow. I'd have to shoot somebody on Main Street to get 500 people paying attention. Well, here's a few.
Just keep posting about Signora.
Yeah. So the thing with the Signoras, the thing to do there is to get the whole pie. They're smaller, like
Neapolitan pizzas.
Yeah, the 12-inch, and she does white pies, and she does and with the diavolas. She does a white pie with ricotta. She does a whole menu of them. They generally are like almost individual pizzas. But we opted for what she was doing by the slice just because there were two thick slices, one with spicy calabrese sausage and the other with just a margarita. And her focaccia is to die for. I mean, I thought Arena's was good, but Floriana Pastori's is great. You can just sit there and eat the bread. I mean, the topping almost doesn't matter. The bread is so good. So we plowed through that. She goes, and just wants to be nice, so she brings out a zeppoli.
Okay.
Zeppoli, which is basically a sugar donut, fresh fried in right there, and then she tops it with what she called cafe crema, which is kind of like, it looks like a little cup of gelato, but it's coffee cream, kind of in a silky gelato type texture in a small cup, and it was so good. I mean, I was like, I wanted to have more, but I was so full on dough and donuts, Italian donuts, that I couldn't get any more. And it's just a takeout place that has like 4 little seats inside, and they have some outdoor seating, which is kind of challenging when it's 106 degrees outside. But I think sooner or later she's going to expand her seating capacity. But right now it's pretty much just a takeout place. Okay. But it's already busy, and it's only been open 3 days. So Signora Pizza Lab at Washington and Rainbow at the I-95, kind of difficult to find, a little bit south of Washington, but plug it in. I'll get to my pet peeve in a minute about finding these places.
Well, and just an FYI, Signora's in a very soft opening phase. So
very much so,
they haven't posted the hours on there. So
right.
Again, with both of these places, I think be very patient with them as they're figuring everything out. I know Signora's open like 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. during the weekdays, and then maybe on the weekend evenings. I'm not even certain. So call before you go, DM before you go, figure it out but they're both pizza legends and we're so lucky to have them.
And right now, Floriana told me that she's going to be opening 6 days a week. I think they're going to close on Mondays.
Okay.
But they are open for lunch and dinner. But I think it's not a dinner place; it's a takeout place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to
just dinner
up
hours.
to a certain. And I mean, her whole mantra is better ingredients, better pizza.
I think that's taken.
Yeah, now I know, and Papa John's that shithole pizza of fast food Papa John's ruined that slogan for people, because anybody who's ever had a Papa John's knows that it's not made with better ingredients.
Well,
maybe it was 40 years ago.
As a personal injury lawyer advertising in town, all that Signora has to do is go much better ingredients, much better pizza.
Well, she brings all her stuff in from Italy. I mean, and you can taste it. I mean, Alexandra even said. I mean, the Sliceteria is a little more of a volume place.
Yeah.
I mean, with Signora Pizza Lab, you're getting handcrafted pizzas on the spot with like just pristine ingredients that pack a flavor punch like you just don't get from pizzas. From the sauces to the cheeses. I mean, the top drawer cheeses she uses. I'm just telling you, these two places have elevated Vegas's pizza game right away. And I mean, it's kind of nice that they're in two separate ends of town.
Yeah, it reminds me. I don't think I talked about it on the show, but a few weeks ago I had takeout pizza from Old School Pizzeria, which is
Gio's place. Yeah,
Giovanni Morrow from Monzu. And all I want to say is, again, it's more of a volume. It's more they're round pies, but it's still his dough.
Yeah.
And
which he cares about. Yeah.
I found myself just like plucking the insides out of it because it's just so much flavor. And that's what all of these places have. Is like that you can tell they actually care about what ingredients they're using, how they're fermenting, how they're shaping, all of this.
Right. The quality of the cheese matters, the melt on the cheese, the tomatoes.
Yeah.
I mean, even the fresh produce they use. I mean, the Sliceteria is that white pizza that he gave us, which had the stracciatella and the roasted garlic. I mean, no tomatoes, but you just started eating it, and it was because of the crust and because of those you just couldn't stop. And that's saying something. So, two great new pizza places. Not taking away, there's a lot of great pizza in this town, but these two are, Floriana is going to be handcrafted pizzas, and that's what she's known for. And you want the best of the best. And I'm neglecting to mention, she has won the World Championship Pizzeria Prize multiple times, as recently as last year in Italy. Mm-hmm. So, and it's displayed there at the front of the store. And this is not a competition that you get based upon your social liberal political views. It's based upon a hardcore competition with other pizza makers, and she's a multiple winner.
Yeah, she won in this year Best Street Pizza 2026.
Yeah, this year
in Milan. Yeah,
right.
Because the food truck. But again, pizza's one of those things. If you're a diehard Detroit pizza lover, don't go to Signora Pizza and then be like, and you don't have Detroit pizza.
Yeah.
Like 0 stars. Like fucking hell. Like
I'm from New York, man. I know pizza, street pizza. So I neglected another thing. She's not doing the food truck right now because of all the time and the energy involved in the opening of this brick and mortar store. So and because it's summertime, she said it's just too hot in July and August, so there is no.
Well, no one's out on the street.
It's too much. The food truck has been parked aside, and we're talking. There's the food truck was a wood fired truck, and she has this gorgeous wood fired oven in her new space, and it's something to see. And again, it's imported from Italy as well. So with Sliceteria, it's all deck oven stuff. But I mean, for that kind of volume pizza place, I would expect nothing less. And John Arena knows his way around a deck oven as well as anybody in America. So,
amen. Yeah. Okay, let's do pet peeves.
Okay, mine's pretty simple, and I came across it when I'm trying to find these places, and I'm not picking on Floriana Pastore or John Arena. This is more the established places. It is an absolute sin if you run a restaurant, or you're a chef, or you want to promote a bar, or you have an interest in any food or drink service operation in the world right now, to not have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. And I said this before. I understand. I do a lot of work on Twitter because I have a lot of followers on Twitter who are foodies, and people get back to me and they send me tips and they follow what I do and they follow my count of restaurants I'm going through every year. But I kind of understand why people avoid Twitter, because it's got a reputation of being very political, and it can be a toxic cesspool if you want to let it be. But if there's also baseball Twitter, and there's food Twitter, and there's golf Twitter.
You get in your silo.
Yeah, you get in your silo, and you can meet interesting people and find interesting things to read and pay attention to. But I understand why restaurants and food doesn't go into Twitter that much. But there is no excuse not to have an Instagram page with an Instagram handle that's easy to find, and for your chef or your owner to also have one. And Instagram and Facebook. It's easy, quick advertising. Doesn't take a lot to set one up. And I remember saying these words like 10 years ago on my website, eatinglv.com, if you're interested. And so
it is frustrating.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And like I see a chef, I'll see a chef, and the owner or somebody goes, "Well, this is our chef, and here's Mike Smith, and he's trained here, and and he's doing all this." And I'll go, "Is he on Instagram?" No. I'll go, "Why the hell not?"
Yeah.
Every chef, every restaurant should be on Instagram. And Anthony Bourdain is rolling over in his grave because he hated social media. But in this day and age, it's a sin not to be.
Yeah, especially as a business, you need to. That's your business, your forward-facing account. So it's got to have your hours, your location,
right,
and any updates if you're closed for a certain day because of a private event. But yeah, I think Instagram, Facebook page, and a Google business page. You got to have those things dialed.
And one more point. Look at the places that have been so successful in this town, like Esther's Kitchen and Golden Steer. Mm-hmm. And look at what they have done by using social media to their advantage. Mm-hmm. And they're just the two that leap to mind, but there's others. And with love always, okay? Because they are aggressively pursuing it. They put it out there. Mm-hmm. They give you the info, and they broadcast it all the time. And it's easy and cheap, and there's no downside. And I still don't understand why. Well, so when I'm looking for some place, I go, they must have an Instagram page, and I go,
oh yeah.
And some of the little foreign places just don't bother. I get it if English is not your language, and you're mom and pop in Chinatown. But even then, I would encourage people to encourage them to do what, like Kaiseki Yuzu, the couple of Kaiseki Yuzu, Maoru and Mayumi-san, Kaoru and Mayumi-san, are both. English does not come easy to them, but they put it out there, and they have a following on Instagram for Kaiseki Yuzu.
I have a funny story.
Yeah.
So back in 2013, I ran a sushi bar's Instagram page.
What?
In Orange County, one of my dear friends, Hamamori Sushi in Costa Mesa in South Coast Plaza. I loved him. I loved his sushi. And was like, you don't have Instagram. You're not doing anything.
Were you in law school at the time?
I was in law school, and long story short, he's like, do it for me. And so I started Hamamori Sushi on Instagram. I would show up. I would take photos and video. It was before video was a thing, and I would make funny captions, and then I would engage with all the people that started posting. But I used perfect grammar and English in my pithy comments and replies. And so then people would show up at the sushi bar and start talking to the chef like, oh, this is me. And English second language.
Yeah, right.
It was the funniest thing. And I would be there sometimes, and he would look over and he would just be like,
Talk to the gringo girl.
Yeah, but that was my little side hustle.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I would get free sushi.
So
out
if
of
you're
it.
looking for something else to do, can I put some restaurants on to you so you can start running some pages for people?
No, I now own a business. I'm no longer in law school, but it was a fun creative outlet for me. And
Okay, let's your pet peeve, and then we'll do a couple listener things.
My pet peeve. Let's save the listener stuff till next time. I think we're running long, but what is my pet peeve? Random service charges. Someone mentioned this to me the other day while I was out eating. They got a bill, and it was from a local restaurant. It was a table of 4, and when they got their check, they found a auto gratuity for a large table fee. And yeah, apparently a 4-top is a large table anymore. So yeah, don't put random service charges or auto gratuities on bills.
What do you think about the ones that just started 18% now?
I think it's so annoying.
I mean, that's even in coffee shops and casual places. It's like gratuity, 18, 20, 25%.
You know, it's actually an algorithm. Depending on what your bill is how they pitch you your tip option. So if
that makes sense, doesn't it?
So if I go over to Vesta, and it's not Vesta, it's just the system, the POS system they all use. If I order a $4 coffee, my tip options aren't in percentages. It's not 15, 20, 22. It's $1, $3, $5, or whatever.
But if your bill is $58,
but if my bill is $12, they might do percentages. It's all some weird algorithm designed to get people to actually end up tipping more.
Yeah, well.
So you're just.
I mean, I love how the tipping controversy comes and goes. It ebbs and flows. I mean, I've watched it now for 30 years. I'm like, suddenly it'll be a big deal, but it isn't going away. Not unless Americans just decide they don't want to tip anymore. No, and then that would be stiffing the hardworking people in the restaurants.
I want us all to just agree that we're not turning in our tax returns. Federal tax. Like, if we can all just get on the same page to do 2 things. Press the gas pedal and go when we're on the freeway. And 2, no taxes.
Okay. So
what are they going to do to all of us?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it might be a crime if one of you does it, but when all of you do it.
Let's save the listener questions
for next
comments
week.
Next time.
Okay, very good. Good night, Canada. See you soon, Canada.
Yes.
And bon appétit, mes amis.